Joining us now, one of the 21 candidates for the Democratic presidential nomination, Congressman Eric Swalwell. Thank you very much, Congressman, for staying with us for this campaign discussion. I want to start with a question that some of the candidates, some of the men running have been asked, and it's that question of would you choose a woman as your vice presidential running mate? I'm going to ask you a different question. I'm going to ask, would you happily accept the nomination to run in the vice presidential slot with a woman at the top of the ticket?
Oh, I mean, of course. I'll do anything to serve my country, Lawrence.
And I want to go to issues that aren't being discussed very much these days, and using your experience on the Intelligence Committee. What do you see as the biggest threat in the world that the United States faces now?
Lawrence, I see the biggest threat being on the Intelligence Committee, meeting with foreign leaders, taking the classified briefings and going to the war zones, is that we have lost our friends in the world, and that's costing us more here at home. I'm a parent of 2 kids under 2, so I look at everything, in a parental metaphor. And if you look at our foreign policy, the way a parent would look at their kid on the playground, in the last couple of years, your child has gone from hanging out with the honor roll kids, traditional friends being the Brits and the French and the Australians, to now we roll with the detention crew. And it's not just bad company in the Russians and the North Koreans and the Turks and the Saudis. It's going to cost us more when you pull out of environmental treaties, when you pull out of nuclear treaties, when you can't count on NATO and the South Koreans and the Japanese, and you're threatening to charge them more for our presence over there. So that's the biggest threat right now, is that we are not able to count on our friends. And there's a cost for not having friends. It's going to be fewer tablets in the hands of our kids in their classrooms and more expensive prescription drugs for our seniors, because we're going to have to spend more on defense.
You began in the announcing of your presidential campaign focusing on the domestic threat of gun violence. What do you think you can realistically achieve legislatively on that if you're in the presidency?
Yeah, I'm offering a boldness on this issue. And in the first 100 days, I will ask the Congress to pass not only background checks, because 90% of Americans and 72% of NRA members want that, but also to ban and buy back the 15 million assault weapons, just like the one that was used in Poway last weekend and used in other church shootings and other school shootings. I've come to see, Lawrence, that this issue is actually not as divisive as we're told it's supposed to be. We're always told it's a hot stove, but that's a tactic that the NRA uses so that we do nothing. I'm motivated by the moms and the students and the parents who all converged in this last election and beat 17 NRA-endorsed members of Congress, and we're just getting started.
And Medicare for all?
Medicare for anyone who wants it. My plan is coverage for all, which would include a public option, but also would invest in cures in our lifetime. I want to challenge the country to seek and find cures through investments in genomic research, targeted therapies, as well as data sharing, so that we could look at ALS and Parkinson's and cancer patients and assure them that we're putting the next generation of scientists to work to bring down the cost, extend the quality of life, and also have a massive jobs program.
So let me just explore this. Medicare for anyone who wants it, meaning they can buy into it?
Yeah, a public option, Lawrence. So if you like your union plan, you can keep your union plan, but the government will have a greater responsibility by bringing back the inheritance tax, reforming the capital gains tax, making sure that the wealthier pay their fair share. Those dollars will go into an affordable government plan.
And what about the Green New Deal?
I support it. We have 12 years to address the devastating effects of climate change. But the first thing I'll do is host in the United States a new climate accord, show leadership there, get us back into that agreement, but also assure that union worker who's a pipe fitter or a laborer that you don't have the false choice of deciding between your job and clean air and clean water, because we will make sure we deploy carbon capture, carbon sequestration, carbon reuse technologies to your job site. You can keep working because we'll bring those sites to carbon neutral, but also have a skills bridge to the new green collar economy in wind, solar, and alternative fuel cells. Again, I want to bring boldness where we've just seen incrementalism and gridlock.
How important do you think the issue of experience is for a candidate for president? You're running against possibly the most experienced candidate for president ever in Vice President Biden, with a very long Senate career and then 8 years in the vice presidency. Bernie Sanders, very long congressional and Senate career. How do you compare your experience to theirs?
I've been on the Intelligence Committee. I've defended the threats to our democracy from abroad and the Russian interference attacks. People have seen where I've stood in that ring, but also defending the rule of law here at home on the Judiciary Committee and 7 years as a prosecutor and my hometown city councilman. I have some of the highest national security policy experience aside from Joe Biden in this field. But I also believe that not being in Congress for a lifetime, not being in Washington for a lifetime, also brings a perspective that will bring new energy and new ideas and a sunny optimism that we can still solve these big problems.
Presidential candidate Eric Swalwell, thank you very much for joining us.
Pleasure,
we will do
Lawrence.
this again. There are a lot more issues to talk about, and we will definitely do it again. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the button below for more from The Last Word and the rest of MSNBC.